You're watching Notepad with me, Ibrahim Sani. Of course, today the big news is the upcoming trial of the former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak. In fact, there are talks that the conversation might not, or the conversation that is taking place is that the trial might be postponed. Having said that, it doesn't matter whether or not the conversation is or the trial is going to be postponed or otherwise. We still have to talk about the trial that is expected to go on February 12th over an extraordinary financial scandal. Datuk Sri Najib Razak has been charged at court and is facing trial, and the financial scandal that he's charged of has contributed to the downfall of his long-ruling coalition, Barisan Nasional, that has reverberated around the world. The former Prime Minister and his cronies are accused of stealing $4.5 billion from a Malaysian Sovereign Wealth Fund, 1MDB, in a mind-boggling fraud that has stretched from Switzerland to the Seychelles. The money was purportedly used to fund a global shopping spree, such as the $250 million super yacht called the Equanimity, used by another 1MDB accused, Joe Low. The Equanimity, of course, is currently trying to be sold through a bidding, but Najib also stands accused of using the money to buy high-end real estate in New York and in other places. Paintings like Monet and Van Gogh artworks are among the items allegedly bought with cash plundered from public coffers. The scandal also has ensnared celebrities, with the fraud's suspected mastermind Joe Low seen partying with Leonardo DiCaprio and Paris Hilton. Washington Post reports that DiCaprio even testified in secret last month to the US Department of Justice as part of the DOJ's continuing investigation into the fraud. Since his shock election loss in May last year, Datuk Sri Najib has been arrested and has been hit by 42 charges linked to the scandal. He has, of course, denied any wrongdoing and again is facing his day in court this week if everything goes according to plan. The new Malaysian government has accused Wall Street titan Goldman Sachs of stealing billions during its work with 1MDB and during its work with Datuk Sri Najib Razak, to which the Wall Street Journal has even reported that Goldman's executives might not get bonuses paid to them because of the scandal. And the Wall Street bank that is currently involved in seems to can't get themselves out from it. But of course, far from keeping quiet, the aristocratic ex-leader Datuk Sri Najib has mounted a publicity blitz seeking to present himself as a man of the people and is constantly hurling jibes at the new government. When Datuk Sri Najib found out that gangs had started calling him bosku, or slang for Malay language or my boss, he quickly donned a black hoodie and sneakers and posed on the back of a new 150cc Yamaha Y15ZR with the license plate Bosku. It went viral, and since then he has shown up with supporters riding through Kuala Lumpur, signing helmets and handing out stickers. He asked his Facebook followers what bike they recommend for a casual ride across the city. Rappers have adopted his new nickname too. One even released a track titled Malu Apa Bosku, or Why Should My Boss Feel Ashamed? This week's trial, starting on Tuesday, centers on allegations that 42 million ringgit, or about $10 million was transferred from SRC International Berhad, a former 1MDB unit, into Datuk Sri Najib's personal bank accounts. The case involves 3 counts of money laundering, 3 of criminal breach of trust, where someone is accused of dishonestly using something entrusted to them, and 1 of abuse of power. Datuk Sri Najib has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges. It is just one of several trials Najib is expected to face over 1 MDB and involves a fraction of the total purportedly stolen from the fund. And the 681 million US dollars or 2.6 billion ringgit that allegedly ended up in his personal accounts. But the start of the first trial is nevertheless a key moment and may relieve pressure on the new government following criticism that it has been slow to act over 1MDB. The former leader and his defense team have portrayed the cases against him as revenge by the new government led by current Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Shafi Abdullah, Najib's chief lawyer, labelled the upcoming trial as quote-unquote political. He has been reportedly saying that if you give me a judge with a straight face, a judge with a straight system, and the witnesses are left to themselves without being coached, then I'll win this case. That's what he said. Of course, trial dates have been set until the end of March, and prosecutors are expected to call dozens of witnesses. In recent weeks, Najib has transformed into an unlikely social media phenomenon, gaining a large number of followers online by attacking the new government's policies and posting pictures of visits to homes where he talked to people about economic problems. In the most bizarre episode, he posted a video of himself crooning the 1970s hit Kiss and Say Goodbye, accompanied by backing singers, in which he accused the new government of having an agenda of revenge and slander. It is a remarkable turnaround for a man who was regularly seen as out of touch with ordinary Malaysians during his 9 years as Prime Minister. Najib's makeover appears to be working, at least to some extent. His party won the election in Lipis, and the ranks of his followers on Facebook have swollen to 3.7 million fans. He played golf with former President Barack Obama and hosted an extravagant reception for his daughter's wedding to the nephew of the Kazakhstan's President, Nursultan Nazarbayev. Najib's wife, Datin Sri Rosmah Manso, became synonymous with the country's extravagance, known for her fondness for jewelry and designer handbags. After his election defeat, Datuk Sri Najib was widely ridiculed for being out of touch when he complained that police investigators, while searching his house, had scarfed down some of the chocolates he had been keeping in his fridge. So therefore, the conversation of how the traction is going to be with this trial is going to be dubbed the trial of the century. And plenty more news is going to be coming out of this. This particular segment is just one of the many. That's it for today's show. Before we leave, I'd like to leave you with the crooning aspect of Datuk Sri's Najib hit and Kiss and Say Goodbye. Harapan setinggi gunung berderai menjadi debu, mengapakah kisah sedih terjadi dalam hidupku. Ku percaya